what do you want to call it? Production manager,
coordinator.
I mean, he does it all, and it takes hours.
I've been called worse.
Well,
but here's the it does take hours.
Yes,
it still takes hours, even with this new software he's got that is simplifying. It probably cut your time in almost half.
Yes.
This new software, it still takes hours. I know, because when he got the new stuff, I went to his studio and we got in there and started doing some stuff. And he's like, "Okay, what do you want?" I said, "Well, try this and put this here." And he's like, "Okay, clip, 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 clip." And we were still there for 3-4 hours.
3-4 hours, yeah.
Well,
with the previous software, which was really good.
Point out too that everybody here has other full-time jobs. Yeah. I mean, so this is like a second full-time job. And the reason why we do this is for that exact reason. This lady comes up and she is so excited. The fans, they love it. They love it. They can just click on their computer. They can watch videos. They
get to see their favorite drivers when they go home.
Mm-hmm, they get to see their drivers. They can rewatch what they want to watch. And, I mean, the feedback that I'm getting, of course, everybody thinks the drone is super cool. But,
it is.
Especially
the
the
drone
kids.
and the videos and stuff, it's crazy. I mean, people love that stuff. And that's really what it's all about, is highlighting the drivers so their fans can see them.
Yeah, I want to.
Period.
I keep using that phrase, in-your-face racing. And that's what
that's his style. That's what I'm talking about.
In-your-face racing. And that's why, when you asked me last week, says, can you get down between turn 1 and 2 about grass level? And Nina challenged me the other day, go low. I get down low, I can show you the grass blades.
Yeah.
But no, I want to get down there and show you as a fan, and even the drivers, what they can't see.
Right.
I want down there axle level, dirt level, because I actually seen some gravel, or not gravel, but dirt flying off the camera lens as we was watching. And I want to get you down there so you can see what it looks like to be 3 feet, 4 feet away from these cars as they come around the corners.
Where Nina stands.
Pretty much where I'm standing.
Yeah. Down there where Nina's at, but I can get a different perspective because I'm up on top.
And you've got the motion.
Yeah, and I can move over to the left, and I go down there and get over the tire, which is the inner part of the raceway, and I'll get right over that tire, 2 feet above the tire, and watch those cars coming at you at, 80, 90, 100 miles an hour?
On that track, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the thing, too, and this is, and we'll hear this from the drivers at Southern Oregon Speedway, at other tracks we've been to in the past. We get the videos, whether it's Bud Nationals or any other track. How many times, Ed, last year did you hear, I can't believe what I learn about myself? The drivers watch his videos.
Yeah, because they can see their entrance and their exit as they're going through the turn.
They can see what they're doing.
See what the car's doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it was, and we're kind of getting off topic here, but the funny thing about it, we've done in-car camera in the past, and this is no joke. Watch the driver's steering wheels, fans. It'll amaze you how many guys drive these cars with bent steering wheels. You'll see it. You'll actually see the bend in the car. We've done it with several drivers in the last couple of years. Like, man, I didn't know. Like, certain drivers will reach down and grab the gear shift and drive the car one-handed, and they don't shift the car. But they're putting their hand on the gear shift.
Just like driving down the freeway.
Yeah.
In a sense.
So they can feel it.
Other drivers are bracing themselves, and they're driving one-handed. Other drivers, you see what these guys do. And that's what it's about. It's about the experience for the fans, because there's the average fan. That's what Moxie's all about, is the average fan. We love the drivers and stuff, but these guys are part of the sport. They understand it. We're trying to get the average fan that'll never get out of the stands or in one of these cars and experience what it's like to be in there, to be on the track.
To see what it looks like. Yes.
Yeah. And when you look, from the legends, from the racing heavens above looking down, that's what the drone is, the sky cam looking down. This is their view, and it's interesting to get those different perspectives and those different angles. The fans love that stuff. The drivers love it because they learn stuff about themselves. It's funny, we've had some of the stuff that drivers have said to us about, I don't know if I want that camera back in the car.
Here's my new motto. I may be imitated, but I'll never be copied.
That's right.
No.
That's right. Hey, here's a message from Dave Foote on the chat line. He says, that was the best time racing I have had since the old days. You guys are making it better every race. Cars working better each time out. Can't wait for the next one.
Well,
Thanks for all you do. He's in the 75, the FedEx car. Fast car. It's a Swartz. That car was actually driven by Trevor Glaser. It was driven by Tim Zeller and driven by Dane Smith. Yeah, that's some bad company that car's been through, and Dave's making that thing fast each week, and he'll be there. He'll be there.
You know, those comments like that's what makes us
everything
try that much harder.
Yep.
You know, we appreciate. You know, we don't mind a little bit of pat on the back every once in a while.
Well, we can take constructive criticism
you
too.
Got that
Absolutely.
right.
That's all that makes us better.
Absolutely.
I would also like to let the racers and the fans know if there's something that you want to see.
Say it.
A certain angle, a certain position, or you want
driver.
to be somewhere that other than getting run over.
Let us know.
Let me know what it is, and we'll show you what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's possible, we can do it, or we'll try. Let me put it that way.
We had 18 IMCA modifieds.
Yes.
18 very fast IMCA modifieds.
Yes.
There was some guys there, and I'm not going to lie to you, there was some names that were new to me that completely impressed me. Speed. I mean, there's some fast dudes down in that region because you're getting cars from both sides of the border. You're getting cars from both sides of the, you know, being where we're at, located in the state of Oregon, to where we're going, it's a different race world. We're 3.5 hours apart, but it's a different race world, right? I mean, it's a lot different than what we're used to.
Yep.
A lot of new names, a lot of new talent, a lot of new numbers.
Different dirt.
Different everything. Now, during the IMCA modified feature, kind of a nightmare for an announcer when you've got 5 cars carrying the number 7. You know.
Wait a minute, 7 leaving. No, 7's behind. No, 7 in third. No, 7 in first.
Right. It was crazy. But, okay, let's go back to the modifieds. The lineup rolls out, okay? And IMCA has got their format based upon what you do earlier in the day. If you're a modified driver, knowing the history of the last few years, and you roll out, and who's on the front row? Who was on the front row of the modified feature? There's one name I'm looking for. Anybody throw it out there?
Does it start with a B?
It does start with a B, sir.
He climbed out of one car and got into another one.
He did, sir.
Bobby Hogue.
Bobby Hogue was on the front row for the late model and IMCA modified features.
And drove the wheels off that car.
Man, it was, and again, we're talking about a great talent, Bobby Hogue, and our local drivers there is some talent there. I mean, there is some great modified talent down there, but when Bobby Hogue shows up, I don't care where you are. Your work's cut out. Your work is cut out for you, and you've got a challenge. Everybody tried him, but when Bobby gets to the point, he's got that driving style that he knows how to be smooth and fast.
And he was. And not necessarily in that order.
Well, you're right, because there was a couple times, especially going through traffic, you know,
Yep.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, everybody's fast, but even when you get the back markers, those guys, they don't care. They're trying to stay on the lead lap. They're still racing clean, but it's Bobby Hogue, and who's not going to want to race Bobby Hogue as hard as you can? This has kind of been the Bobby Hogue show tonight. I don't mean it to make it that way, but he was so good. He was on his game.
Well, he's a good racer, and he's in 2 features. It's kind of hard to rule him out.
Well, and he's not
Well,
normally
here's
there.
the
and it's
thing.
fun to watch.
Yep.
I know they're 2 completely different type of race cars, set up completely different, tires are completely different, but what Bobby learned in that late model feature and carried it over to the modifieds was to his advantage.
Sure.
He had a really good feel for what that racetrack was doing, and he definitely took advantage of that.
Gary, did they make any changes to that
You know,
mod before the race?
I was just thinking about that as you were saying that, and you know what? I need to keep a closer eye on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was over by turn 3 getting ready to turn on some other cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really think about that, but you know, as it's
good possibility.
You know,
that little extra.
come back in, make a little bit of a change.
That little extra field and go, we might need to tweak that just a fuzz, you know.
I think there's some tire pressure stuff going on. I think I
Nah,
remember
I
seeing
wouldn't
that.
like
but there's a little bit more than that, I'm sure.
I do believe there was some serious tire pressure changes going on, given the temperatures that were.
I saw a lot of tire pressure gauges coming out
Really?
after the heats. Yes.
Well, we were watching them early in the program, and it was 90 degrees out. Or-
95 when we got there.
95 when we got there. So yeah, there was definitely a big change in temperature by the end of the night.
Go ahead, Nina.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say yes, it was 95.
She's over here like
track.
She's over here grinning like a mule eating briars, man. Look at her.
Well, she's mad at me because I haven't got her Moxie shirt. Her team.
Is that what it
No,
is?
I have a Moxie shirt.
She doesn't have the
I'm
white.
not in the cool
She's
kids
in the
club
black
yet.
one.
She doesn't
I
have
haven't
the
been
cool.
promoted.
She doesn't have the cool Moxie
I'm
shirt
still
yet.
a greenhorn on the team.
No, you're way beyond
Enjoy
green.
your black T-shirt on the 100-degree track. While you wear a vest over it.
Listen, it builds character.
And,
Okay.
when,
It does.
and
I
when
will-
somebody else standing
I will
beside you's
take
got
it.
a black shirt and puts on a
I
white
watched
shirt and says,
all
"Oh,
of
that's
you.
going to be so much cooler."
I think you guys pranked me or something. Oh, everybody's wearing black down there, and all of a sudden I turn around and you guys are all walking out like The Hangover, just white T-shirts. Like, nice shirts, guys. Nice. Chopped
Yours-
liver.
Listen, it's coming. I promise. I promise. I promise.
Yeah, I offered the shirt off my back.
Everybody has to.
I
wear
actually was
something
there
down
when he
there.
did. I actually was there. I was there when you said it.
We were
She
coming back up from the pits, going back up to the.
she
Very
turned it down.
gentleman of
That's
you.
kind of on her. She turned it down.
Yep.
Yep. So
Yep. Well,
Details.
the-
Details.
TMI.
so we are off. We are off this week.
Well,
Monster trucks.
Unless we want
Melissa's,
to cover monster trucks.
Melissa's monster trucks at Southern Oregon. So we're off this week, and then we're back in action.
Week after next.
Yeah, we got the wing sprint cars and a
Oh
whole
yeah.
show. I know Ed's a sprint car guy.
I like them.
Yeah, but being an ex-sprint car driver.
Yeah. Well, it just sticks at you.
We're gonna copy our link from Ed to Mox, or not from Don to Moxie Medium Promotions for the points at Southern Oregon Speed. We're gonna post those right now. So we're off. No racing this weekend. Gives the guys a little chance to travel if they want, or take a break and spend some time with family.
Take a break? Are you kidding me?
No, to make the race car better. I mean, that's what I would be doing on a weekend
I was talking
off.
about personally.
Oh, yeah.
I got a message today from a certain home improvement store that my new big storage shed came in today, which is supposed to come in on the 16th, is available. So I was informed by my wife that we're going tomorrow to pick it up.
And he is like,
And I
Good
just finished.
timing.
I just finished the bathroom.
Good timing, though.
Yeah.
You have the weekend off. Now you know what you're going to do. Home project.
Thanks, Sandy.
Hey, you've seen outside. Corey and I are going to be doing the same thing. I think
I'm
we're
supposed to
gonna
be
putting
retired.
in
I mean,
fence.
I'm supposed to be retired. I am retarded, but I'm not really.
yes, Brett, they are coming. Brett Endicott hits us up and says he needs one of them black shirts. Do you have his size? And I said, we do. Well, it's coming. We've got a new order coming in, and we've got a lot of people wanting them, so I'll make sure that you get one, Brett. 2 weeks from now, I've got the paperwork around here somewhere on the schedule. Let me bring it up right here digitally. I want to talk about what's coming up. We have the Wing Sprint cars, late models, IMCA modifieds, sport mods, mini stocks, Hornets, and OTRO hard tops. I know, Gary. We saw one sitting outside the track, and we were like, "Oh, are those running?" I didn't think they were running tonight, and they weren't.
They weren't. They're just camping. They're getting ready, right?
Yeah. So the old-time Racers of Oregon hard tops will be there. A neat class of cars. Yes. The Hornets, the mini stocks, sport mods, modifieds, late models, and sprint cars. What a great lineup.
That's a huge lineup.
That's a lot of racing.
A lot of razzle-dazzle.
It is. It's a lot of racing. So you guys want to get out there and gates open, I believe it's 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Southern Oregon Speedway. Racing starts at 7. Man.
I'm going to put a plug in here for Southern Oregon Speedway. For all you guys that's out there, all the fans that hasn't been there to have some of those chicken tenders from Southern Oregon Speedway and those french fries, let me tell you something. I offered to get you
guys
some of
spoke
them.
about them the entire way home. I'm on the track going, no, I'm fine. I got granola bars, and then the whole way home.
Let me give a full story here. She's out there. Now, I was in your position last
I
year.
could smell the food in the middle of the track going, what you guys eating up there?
Chicken fingers.
I can smell it all the way down there.
But, last year I was